right, I'm gonna go one more minute. I think I'm gonna go one more minute, and then we'll probably mute everybody and just if whoever has some stories can start sharing. I just wrote down like a couple of stories that I had, and I'm fine starting out sharing. And then if anybody else has stuff that they want to share, just message the chat, and we can go.
Hey, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay.
Okay, Bob. We'll see you later, bud.
All right. See you in a second.
Are you walking down here right now, Bobby? Yes.
Does he live up the street?
Yeah.
Pretty cool that he's in walking distance of you, though. Yeah, like.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That's the most Hannibal thing I've ever seen.
That's a good one, Chandler.
It freaked me out. It freaked me out the first time I moved to Springfield and saw one of my friends at a gas station. That happens literally every time I go to it. I ran into Nathan like one of the last times I was in town.
Oh, yeah, Casey's.
Yep, that Casey's every time.
All right, that's awesome.
Hey, Chris Foey's visuals on. Hey, Chris Foey's here.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Chris, unmute yourself.
Where's he at?
What's up?
Oh, there he is. Wow, I haven't
What's
seen
up,
him in
dude?
ages.
Chris, are you there? What's up, dude? What's going on, man?
What's up?
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's like mom's playing Vanna White over here. Like, oh, Becca's coming in. We better touch the screen. It's gonna touch the TV. It'll get them on.
Bob's lost.
No, I'm here. There's a cat there.
That's awesome. Does
Okay. I saw Amy. Thank you.
This is awesome.
Great.
All right, I'm gonna wait till Bobby gets over here.
Time to rob Caleb's house.
Elliot's
Hello.
coming, but he's visiting me out in Colorado. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Elliot.
Mute that because it's gonna make an extra. Is Elliot there?
I'm signing off.
He's coming. He's coming. He was setting up his campsite and he's here.
The Meyer siblings.
What's going on?
All right, so, all right. I muted you, Bobby. I'm gonna mute myself real fast.
Oh shit! What time is it? Hey everyone.
Elliot, cut your hair. You look like a hippie.
It looks really weird in the light. You look bald on top.
Dude, Elliot, your hair is so long.
It's like
Your hair.
Oh
So
man.
you're sleeping in the Elliot's sleeping in the teepee because his tent is broke.
Hey everybody.
What's up, dude?
Hey.
Dude, I have that same Deschutes. I think I have that same Deschutes shirt. We were in
Nice.
we were in Oregon. We were in Bend. Yes, we were in Bend like in November. Well, I was in Bend in like October or November, and we went there. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay.
This is our view.
Nice.
Mountains.
Where are you guys?
Colorado.
I've been living south of Estes Park since in Colorado since January.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
Dang. Oh, wait. Hey, hold on. Surgeon.
Rice, and we're gonna eat dinner for you guys.
Say hi real quick.
It's gonna get cold.
Never mind.
let you save your own rice. Because you can take as much as you want.
Thanks for
Ma-
cooking.
Maddie, what time is it?
It's 11:15 a.m. Saturday. In the future.
Okay. Does anybody I'll start out just sharing some fun stories that I had with Mike. I think probably some of my favorite stories, favorite times with Mike. We would go downtown, and so I think we had like he would work at Cool Bike, and I was homeschooled, so I'd get off like school like really early, and then like he would be working down there like during like school hours or whatever. So I would go down there and we'd just watch YouTube videos like, and we ended up finding like really old parkour videos. Yeah, of guys like doing like gymnastics like off of buildings and crap, and it's like, dude, we don't know anything about gymnastics, but we could totally climb buildings and jump off of stuff. And so like for an entire summer, we were just like going around downtown Hannibal and going around like the different schools and trying to find like what. It's like, oh man, like it was so funny because like every building it was like, I think I could get on top of that. It's like, so like yeah, there was one time we what was it? People in Hannibal will know like right behind the brick oven or it's like that old bank parking lot.
Oh yeah.
So we climbed you can climb up that telephone pole and then get on that whole row of buildings. And so we did that, and like that was like a playground up there because there was like 3 or 4 different buildings like all touching each other, like connected. And so we spent like probably 10 minutes like running around, jumping around, and it was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get so in trouble. And so I can't remember what happened, but we ended up climbing down, and then we were just like totally jazzed, like walking around on Main Street, and then like I'm trying to like within like 10 minutes, like here comes a popo. And then we proceeded to so I don't remember, like he was like, are you the guys that were running around on the roof? And we're like, no. And he's like, I know you were the ones that were jumping on the roof, which he didn't know, and I didn't know you can call the cops on their BS. So so I was like, I'm sorry, I lied. I don't know why I lied. Don't arrest me. I was like, I swear I don't ever do this. I just saw some YouTube videos, man. But yeah, it turns out like there's that jewelry store that's right next to the brick oven that has some like actual like legit security, and so yeah, they were not too happy about us jumping around on their roof. But anyway, that was.
You remember the time he was climbing the old savings bank
The
right next
bank,
to Cool Bank?
yes.
He's climbing up that pole on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
He got about halfway up the building and the pole pulled loose.
Yeah.
And he was
Yes.
dangling just like.
Oh my God. It was so crazy.
We filmed it.
Did you really?
Yeah, somewhere, and Chandler was there too.
Holy crap. Yeah, because we would like compete. We were like, because like that was something that Mike like always had like throughout his life. Is very motivated, very competitive, self-driven. Like when you guys would bike and he would just be sucking, you'd just be like, like there's a picture of like Branson like all up in his face when he's like hating life because he kept sucking that day. But we would compete with the whole climbing thing. And I remember one time, I don't remember what I was doing, but he called me. He was like, dude, I just got so high on the bank. And I was like, what? So because we were trying to like see who could climb the highest without pussing out, and I was like, this is stupid. We're gonna freaking die. And then and then Mike was like, he went all the way up there. I don't know if he went all the way, but anyway, so
No, he didn't make it all the way.
he didn't make. Yeah.
No, I mean that pole I mean, it pulled off of the building like
Yeah.
4 feet, and he's just like, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then we climbed the middle school, and we wanted to jump from the middle school roof to the
gymnasium.
gym.
I think he did that.
Did
actually.
he really?
Yeah.
I don't. He did it when I wasn't there, so that means it didn't happen because we were competing.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find a picture of the bank real quick.
Yeah, that was. I remember that was like. Anyway, he's looking up a picture. Does anyone else have a story? Anyone else have a story? Anyone? I don't know. Seth's saying something. Seth, are you wanting to say something? You're muted, bro. You're muted. Did I mute everybody? Here we go.
Got it.
Okay, you're good. I think everybody was muted. Sorry.
I had just met him, so we met from hanging out with the Myers and everything. We're like, I guess we're gonna be friends now too. So that was funny. So we spent most of the summer hanging out. But we were in Anytime Fitness, and I was doing whatever he said, like doing crazy stuff on the pull-up bars and everything. And I think I was wearing one of his shirts too. And they asked him if he needed a job, and he's like, nope. And they asked me because they must have thought I knew what I was doing because I was doing what he said. And that's how I got that job from doing whatever Mike was doing. So I always thought that was funny.
That is awesome.
That's all.
Sweet, man. Thank you for sharing
That's
that.
awesome. That's awesome.
Anyone else? Okay. Go ahead, Skylar. I'm trying to unmute you. Not letting me unmute you.
All right, am I good?
You should be good.
All right. Well, I work for the railroad now, and I know you sit down by the railroad tracks all the time as trains go by. And the more we did it, the more kind of adventurous we got. And so trains go down there about 10 miles an hour. And when you're right next to them, it feels like it's going 30, you know. And so every time I work down there and I'm riding a train across there, I just think of Mike. I don't know if his family really wants to hear this, but Mike jumped underneath a train one time.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. And so I would always say I was going to do it. And Mike's like, I'll do it. And like, it was when I first kind of started hanging out with Mike. And then when he says he's going to do something, you got to realize he's going to do it.
Oh my gosh.
He's not playing. And so that was pretty wild. And the train was pretty much stopped, but like in my like 17-year-old brain, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And another thing I guess I got, it was how freakishly athletic Mike was. And I don't even think he knew like how athletic he was, but I was getting ready to go to CMU for my first year of football. And I worked hard all summer trying to get in shape. And Mike did like 6 push-ups the night before, and I saw him the next day, and he looked like Hercules, and it made me so mad. Like, I'd wake up at 6 in the morning, and work, and Mike, like, I ate a banana and did 10 push-ups, and, like, woke up the next day and was just yoked. I'm like, how did he do that, you know? That was one thing about Mike, though, like, if Mike was going to do something, he'd do it, and he was good at everything he did. But, no, it was cool being an outsider kind of in a way, not being from Hannibal. And then I started hanging out with you guys and Bob and Mike and Chandler and Caleb and everybody, you know, just kind of took me in. And, you know, Mike was definitely someone to look up to because Mike was, you know, caring and everything. And Mike was just super cool. So he didn't care who you were. If you were cool with him and did him right, and, like, he was a good guy to be around. I definitely miss him. That's for sure. That's all I got.
Awesome, man. Dude, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, you got it.
That I had written down like hopping trains, and
yeah, I think about that every time I go by Hannibal, like every time.
Yes, dude. I remember one time I had like just bought. So the first phone I ever had was like Nathan's phone, and then it was Jacob's phone, and then it was my phone, and I was like, this is bull crap. So I had been working at the country club, and I went and I bought my own phone, first phone I was like, yes. And then I remember we were down hopping trains and we had driven down there, and Steven's laughing because he knows. I think Steven remembers this story. I'm trying to unmute you. Steven, do you remember this story?
No.
No?
I was just laughing at how casually you mentioned that you were just hopping trains that afternoon.
It's a very common thing.
I may remember it as the story progresses. Please proceed.
So we were hopping trains and it was going great and all. And then I checked my pocket and I'm like, I don't have my phone. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was freaking out because it was the first time it was like the first tech device that I'd ever spent money on. And like, it was like we spent like, I mean, Mike was like a real friend. Like he spent like 15, 20 minutes with me, like going up and down in the rocks trying to find it. And then like 15 minutes later, Steven comes back. He had gone to the car, like totally incognito, went to the car, like got in like the like in between the center console and the seat, found my phone and was like, I took, I got my doctorate in philosophy so that I would think about in situations like this. And so here's your phone. And I was, so I had never, but anyway, that was awesome because Mike, he could see that I was upset and he was still like, help him find his stupid phone. And then Steven was there to be like, here's your phone, you small-minded person.
I should say I don't have a doctorate in philosophy. I just acted like I did.
Oh, well, yeah.
I had an undergraduate degree in law.
You may as well have had one, as far as we knew. Mike would brag about you. This is Steven, my super smart brother. So he bragged about you a lot, like, and we loved like talking with you about philosophy when we were young. Like,
it was always a lot of fun. Yeah,
dude.
I mean, I was never quite in the circle, but it was
circle
always...
adjacent. Yeah, dude. I remember who. Okay, I'm gonna just unmute everybody real quick. This is gonna be crazy. Okay, all participants are unmuted. Okay.
Everybody start screaming.
Yeah. No, who was at Joe's? Who would go to Joe's like every single night during the summer?
Oh yeah, Joe's Diner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did that like 4 years before all of you did.
Grace, you're so old.
Yes.
Is Joe's
No, I'm old.
Thank you.
Like, you're Joe's crap.
The truck
Yeah,
stop diner,
that's
that's Joe's?
Yeah. That was the one down by MM and by like catty corner from Casano's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were many good conversations had at Joe's into the wee hours, smoking tobacco, talking about crazy things.
You remember him ordering a big man with hard eggs?
Yeah.
You remember that? Bobby remembers it.
You remember this is being recorded?
Oh yeah. Well, no, it was a menu item. It was a menu item called a big man.
Yeah.
He's saying, yeah, I'll take that.
And the waitress said, what would you like? And he said, I want a big man. And she said, wouldn't we all? How would you like your eggs? And he just goes, hard. You don't have to include that in the video for like the It is goofy and I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
Joe's sort of tried to connect me up with another guy that was there. I had spent a lot of time reading. It was in November. It was just a decent place to hang out. I smoked at the time, cigarettes. And I just had to look at her and say, I apologize, but I'm straight. That was one of the interesting interactions. I mean, top-notch service, I guess, on her part with respect to the other guy.
Yeah. Never a dull moment.
Oh, wow.
It shows.
All right. So next, I was just gonna say. So Jordan Anderson had posted on the Facebook about the time where he, Mike, and I snuck into was that senior prom or was it junior prom? Like what was that?
No, it was when you guys yelled at me.
Yeah,
What?
It was prom.
Or no, that was okay. Yeah, it was a prom or a Jack of Hearts.
It might have been Jack of Hearts.
I think it was Jack of Hearts. I feel like I remember this story.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember how we figured out that.
I'm pretty sure it was prom.
Who was my date?
But it was,
I'll be able to tell, who was my date?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And this was at high school. Or Jack. So it was. That made me think it was Jack of Hearts.
I thought it was at the hotel.
No. This was the high school. So I don't know how we figured out that even if that old door in between the football stadium.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
We broke into the high school a bunch of times.
Yeah, it was definitely Jack of Hearts if it was at the high school.
That's what I'm saying. That's
we
what I
went
think it
into
was
the
Jack of
underground
Hearts.
tunnels and like we figured out
Yeah.
anytime. And then they got cameras the next year.
Yeah, I know.
After that.
Yeah. So apparently, even if that door, those double doors were locked, you could there was enough play in the hinge that you could just just jerk it up and pull, and it was like, oh, okay, I guess we're in there.
Actually, Mike would come to school like a couple times.
He would just show up to the high school. He would just be in Mr. Zimmerman's art classroom.
Yeah.
He'd just stroll in the hall.
Are you? Oh wait, I never. Okay, so I never knew
yeah.
about this. So
Yeah, he would just come and he'd wait by our lockers and
Yeah.
we're like, what
Well,
the heck are you doing?
He almost broke my leg one time.
what?
Oh yeah.
Well, he came up. It was in between the two buildings, the Votech and the high school. And I was on my way from my marketing class in the Votech building, and I was coming across, and I saw him standing there, and he was talking to some group of girls or something. And I walked up, and I was like, Mike, what are you doing? And obviously we start talking, and they leave. And he's like, hey, hold on, I gotta park. And he turned the wheels this way, and I'm standing here, and he just ran over me. I fell down, and he literally ran over my legs, and I said, and he was like, and he hit the brakes, and I was like, keep going, go, keep going, you're on him. And I went up to my art class. It wasn't Z, but it was Miss Friesen.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't like me because I was friends with Z, but I wasn't super close with her. Or I guess, I don't know. She always had something against me. But I went in there, and she said, hey, how come you're so late? And I was like, I literally got ran over by a car on the way to class. And she was like, no, you didn't. And two kids in the class stood up and said, yeah, I saw him get run over by a car outside. And she goes, what are you doing? Go to the nurse. And I was like, I don't think I need to. I'm fine. Then she sent me down to the nurse. It was a whole big thing. And they were like, who ran you over? And I was like, nobody. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I fell down some stairs. Dude, that is awesome. Yeah. Well, so the Jack of Hearts thing, yeah. So he would go in the high school, and we didn't hang out with Jordan very often. It was one of the one nights that he wasn't working at the theater or something, and so he was hanging out. And did Brittany go? I think Brittany, his wife now, then Saxbury. I think she went with somebody else, and to the movies. No, to Jack of Hearts. We were guys that didn't get invited or something like that. And so we were like, dude, we should break into Jack of Hearts. And so we did the Jimmy rig with the door, and then it was like, oh my gosh, we're in. and then like looking down the hallways, making sure no one was there, and like we would it was so stupid because we were going from like the alcove like because you walk, it was like you could walk in like there was like a foot before you actually got to the door in one of those hallways or something like that, and so we would go like from this door to that door to this door to that door, crisscrossing. And anyway, and then it was in the gym, and what is it, you could go like under, you could go down under yeah, and then so we were like just sleuthing it up the whole time, and then eventually we were like, okay, we're just gonna go for it because people were like dancing in the gym, and we were like really freaked out that we were gonna get caught by a teacher or something like that. And then we just went into the crowd and started dancing, and it was, I
was just pissed off that I bought tickets. It was like $75.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was so fast.
No, they snuck.
No, we snuck in. So we were dancing around for a little bit, and then I was freaking out, and Jordan was freaking out. So I went back the way we came, like running fast. I don't know what the heck Jordan did. I ended up getting out like the exact way we came. No one's the wiser. I was fine. Jordan gets like escorted out of the building, which is really funny. Yeah, because he doesn't even go to the school, so because he went to Mark Twain. And then I don't remember, Maddie, was Mike dancing with you or I don't remember. He got Chandler's vest on.
Oh, yeah.
Chandler's vest on, and then just ends up like strutting out of Jack of Hearts like it was nothing. So like Jordan got caught, I got out the way we came, and then Mike's just like, yeah, I just walked out through the cafeteria.
I've got a question, maybe some of you can confirm or deny. It may be apocryphal, but I remember a story that involved like throwing televisions off of overpasses and dragging such things.
I have
You know, is that something that probably happened?
Anything about that?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard rumors too.
No way, man.
I thought not.
Somebody could have really gotten hurt. No way, I'm admitting it.
On the side of the road.
Maybe recorded by the government.
That's the CRTs, the cathode ray, the old one.
Yeah, yeah, they just.
You can do them.
Okay, all right, Bob. Bob, tell the story about the throwing the TVs off then.
Which one? I mean, we've done.
Elliot was there.
I mean, so I'm pretty sure everyone in this video has been there for at least one of them. So.
Yep.
No,
not me.
Well, Ryan wasn't there. We didn't actually do any of this.
No. Wait, so how did you get into like how did you figure out that throwing TVs off was fun? Like what was the first one you did together?
I really don't know. It just happened.
You did like a bunch of them?
I can't remember whose TV.
I'll tell you when some real shenanigans went down was when James Moffat's cousin would come to town. Everybody just went crazy.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that? He would come to town.
Weren't we at Mike's house and we were all playing Truth or Dare?
Probably. We did that a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, we were all at Mike's. We all played Truth or Dare, and I got dared to lick yogurt off of James's cousin's mustache. I remember that. And Mike I feel like Mike got dared to give someone a lap dance or something. Like his was
I
usually
definitely got lap dances from him. As a joke. Like, it was just a joke, guys.
Wasn't even.
I mean, I already posted video or pictures of our wedding where Mike is basically raping me. So.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't help himself.
He was.
I feel like
fun, you know.
Yeah, most of my memories with Mike are related to dancing somehow. Like when he would come visit me in Colombia, we'd go to Dirty Disco, this like dance party. So before we went, we would always like raid my wardrobe. I don't know why. We would just like, he was always open for everything. He was always down for everything. I'd like give him like a sparkly shirt or like some like weird women's cut jacket, and he was just like, yeah, man, groovy. Like,
And pull it off, probably.
yeah.
Too.
Either one of us tried that on, it looked dumb. But if Mike tried it on, I'd be like, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, he always looked great, and then we'd go dance, and he would always like he was just never too cool for anything. He was like open to everything.
Yeah.
He was a great car dancer.
Oh
He would
yeah.
sit in the car. Yeah.
Get into it. Do you remember when he did the gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would. I was going to a ultimate frisbee tournament, and we were driving past and kind of near where he lived. So we took a detour. It was me and like 3 other girls. We took a detour and like stopped at his house just for like an hour, just to say hi and be like, "Hey guys, this is my friend Mike." And then he all sat us on the couch and turned the lights off and like, put on a song and like did stuff for us, and we're all just like, "Oh, so cool!" And then we hit the road again.
I moved in with Mike when he was getting into that, and I gotta tell you, I was so sick and tired of those damn gloves. I got so sick of it.
No, it was
like, I
There's
was
a
like,
video of
dude,
it.
just stop. Like, I don't care. Quit like putting your hands in my face.
It was like it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you had the blinds pulled and the lights off, and we're like, we're not gonna hang out in your room all day, man.
He did text me a lot of videos of that, and you know, I'm not sure that there was a whole lot of variation from one video to another. I think loss of memory might be part of what was going on too. I'm not sure.
I felt really bad the first time he did it, because I wasn't like, my mind wasn't blown, because he was like super stoked on it, and it was over at your house, Seth. I'm pretty sure it was at your house.
Yeah, probably.
We were out by the pool, and he's like, "All right, here we go." Like he had like the music going, it was dark out, and then I'm just sitting there, and he's like trying to back up, like, and he keeps getting closer, and at the end of it, I was like,
that was the desired effect.
I was like, what did I just witness? Like,
I think I'm just easily entertained because
No, I can back that up, and I don't think you guys had the experience. One time we went to Silver Dollar City, the Branson extravaganza, and it was Christmas time, and there were all the lights lit up for Christmas time and everything, and it was like snowing, and I might be able to dig it up somewhere. There's some video where he was doing it, and this is where he was skilled to like a little bit higher level, and that was piece de resistance. That was really a level above, but that's just me. I love all art forms. It was certainly an art form of sorts.
I love that.
That was a good one.
that makes me think of the strobe lights that either Mike or Bobby had, and we would just like have the little dance parties in either, I think, Bobby's basement or probably the lands too, just like with strobe lights going and everyone, you know, doing weird stuff with strobe lights.
Say that. We would get Monster and sparkling grape juice, and we're like, we're hard or something.
We were at somebody's party, and he did it to Brittany Shaw, and she was like, she was pretty drunk, and like she passed out and didn't wake up for like 10 minutes. And Mike thought he killed her.
Dude, well, the first time, hold on, we were over at Maddie. We were over at your house, and I don't think that any.
You dropped him.
I didn't drop. Hold on. So no, I don't think we had shown anybody. Like, we figured it out from my brother, who was in boot camp in the Army, and I guess just to entertain themselves, they figured out how to make themselves pass out, and so we was like, it was like I don't remember the first time we showed Mike, but it was like, check this out, my brother's in the Army, he showed us how to pass out and you dream and stuff, and it's crazy. And Mike's like, okay. He was like all about that. So I remember he was hanging out. He was hanging out at Maddie's, and I don't remember if I came later. I think I came later, and he was like, "Caleb, I've been telling him about space. You got to space monkey me." And I was like, "I don't know, man." So anyway, we end up doing it, and it doesn't work the first time, and so we do it again. And like whenever you do it, you take a deep breath, and someone comes up and squeezes you from behind, and then you know that they pass out because they like exhale, like they're dying. It's like
That's off the circulation.
then you let them down because they're unconscious, and you lay them down. And so it's like, all right, all right, I'm gonna lay Mike down on this nice hardwood floor. All right, I got his head, and
No, it was way higher up than that. I mean, it was a good 3 feet. Like,
no, it was not that high.
As soon as he got up, he said, "Somebody drop me."
I just remember
It sounded like a bowling ball.
It sounded like a bowling ball. It was so bad. And then he didn't wait. It's like you do enough of them, and you get this like average of like how long people are out. It's like maybe 10 seconds, and then Mike was out for like 15, 20. It's like, oh my gosh, like he's gonna have brain damage. And then he woke up, but yeah, I dropped him on Maddie's floor, and I thought I killed him.
And what's the name of the technique?
What's that?
What is the name of the technique?
it's called a monkey.
Space
That's what we
monkey.
called it.
Monkey hold?
Space monkey. I don't know.
Space
Like
monkey.
I think it makes me think it's a Fight Club mention because they talk about space monkeys in there.
I'll look it up. I remember hearing about this and Michael encouraging me to give it a try. And I told him no. I also, yeah.
I actually did one to Stephen Campbell a couple years ago, and it still works. It's like the first one I had done in like over a decade, and it was really hard because Stephen's really tall, but it definitely worked. Oh, man.
You're like kind of just like breathe pretty heavily for a little bit, and then I think you take a breath in, and then someone kind of like
And then
squeezes you.
someone squeezes you, and you just I remember my poor mom. We were doing it at our house, and my poor mom walks down and is just like, "What are you doing?" Like she's like, "I'm not okay with this. You can't do it." And Mike was just kind of like, "Oh, come on."
It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Skylar, you heading out, man?
Yeah, hey, sorry, we have a family reunion tonight, and I'm the firewood guy. So,
look like firewood guy.
Yeah, we're going floating at the place in New London tomorrow, and I came home to do this and get firewood.
The new on Route O?
I just wanted to say before I leave, it's amazing to see everybody, and I'm glad we're here for Mike's memory. I know Mike's family I don't know very well, but I was very, very blessed to have him in my life. So it's great to see everybody. Sorry I have to leave, but I love you guys, and if you ever need anything, give me a holler. I'll do what I can.
Thank you. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, see you guys. Love you.
See you, Skylar. Miss you.
So good seeing you. All right. All right.
Now that he's gone.
I'm trying to think. Any more stories?
We just talk about how he rode his BMX bike with no brakes, and that's just crazy.
That's insane.
Like, I mean, to me, as someone who's not good at BMX bikes really, but like I was kind of in that crew, that's nuts to me to ride with no brakes. Just, especially like, Bob, you remember when you guys were riding and there was just like, he would get ahead of everybody and just be darting through traffic, and it's like, oh shit, can we make it?
Oh man.
Or you hit your brakes and you're like, oh, Mike is not going to hit his brakes. He's going right through this.
Yeah, Mike's right behind you and you slam on the brakes and
I wish Clint was here. I was hoping he would be able to make it. I thought he was coming. So, all right, one other thing. So another story I had was, I don't remember what was going on, but I was like feeling super angsty and like emo because it was that time of life.
You were?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I had this thing which was probably like a cry for help, but it was like stealth mode where I turn off my phone and I don't answer the phone or anything, and I just go walking around and hopefully people think I'm dead or something. And I don't know, it was like I said, I prefaced this with angsty and emo there. But anyway, I don't remember how, but somehow Mike like maybe answered the call for help or something. So then Mike and I ended up doing stealth mode together, where we just like turned our phones off and just walked around and didn't like weren't texting people, weren't answering the phone, weren't on Facebook, and we ended up like, oh my gosh, we ended up walking. We went through like the drainage pipe underneath 36, like on its way out like towards Illinois, and it was like, whoa, this thing goes like all the way under the highway. This seems cool. Let's do it. And then we start doing it, and you're basically hunched over like this, and we did it for like maybe 200 yards, and then it's like, holy crap, this is a really long tunnel, and now we're like in the middle, and so it's the same distance back as it is forward, and this really sucks. So then
30 going under
yes,
36?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, I know exactly where I've been through that tunnel. Yeah, by the community, comes out by the community pool.
Yes, it's super long, and
I feel like there's a raccoon.
Really easy to misjudge that tunnel.
By the way, this reminds me an awfully lot of Tom Sawyer and Looking for Engine Joe.
Yeah.
Digging.
This kid and Steven, that's the most Hannibal thing this was said on this thing.
Well, I've been trying to scrape it off you, but some of it's kind of recalcitrant. So.
I thought that's what this was initially, honestly. I thought that Chandler and Mike were being Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, and they were like posing their own funeral, and they were up in the rafters like viewing everybody else like, what's it like when they all think that? I couldn't help but make the correlation. There's too much Mark Twain in the atmosphere.
If only.
No, my phone
Sorry
just
to bring
doesn't
it
work.
down. I'm sorry, but that was plaguing me for a little bit. I was like, this is a joke. This is a big elaborate joke. It can't be.
Yeah. I wish it was.
Actually, I remember Mike coming in, or he texted Mr. Z and tried to get him to tell everybody at school that he died in a car crash. Oh my God. What? You remember that? And it was super fun.
Did he?
Glad he didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Mr. Z probably did.
He was actually pissed about that Mike even said that, I think.
Yeah, he was pretty upset about it.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Joe, where's your phone?
Oh my
Where's your
gosh.
phone?
Okay. Anyone else got any stories?
Oh gosh. I feel like one of my earliest memories of Mike was driving around listening to Arcade Fire.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember getting so
Yeah, it would have been.
we were like, I was like so thrilled. I was like, here's this like weirdo guy who's like as like weird as I am, who listens to the same music. Like, we're gonna be pals, and I love it.
Yeah, it was Arcade Fire and Vampire Weekend.
Yeah.
And then you got Of Montreal, and it didn't stop. And I was like, dude, I don't Oh,
No, that lasted forever.
it lasted forever. It's like, dude, we just
Montreal
can
and
we please
Columbia.
listen to MGMT? Like, just go back to MGMT, man. Time to pretend. Let's go. I wish we were pretending, but no. This is real life. Freaking of Montreal every day in the car.
We saw Of Montreal in concert. Steven was there. We went and saw Of Montreal in concert.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a free concert held at
in Columbia, or was it Columbia?
Yeah, Columbia. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You too.
Alan was there.
It was Larry, it was Jolene, and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Didn't get it out of the system.
Okay.
Hey, Alan.
Is his favorite.
I just remember that well.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah.
And we, in our private family service, we played In an Airplane Over the Sea. And then
Good song.
Perfect song. Good. The song that Mike and I always listen to as well, like we bonded over Dance, Dance, Dance by Leaky Lee. That was always one that like reminded each other of that song. Yeah.
I propose that if the memorial page goes on, that we could have a killer playlist if we just keep like a run. Yeah. Oh yeah, it would just be so sick. There's so many
I can
good
start
songs.
one right now.
I already made one.
You made one?
I made
add
one
it to it.
for
We'll
the
just
taco truck
compile
from
more
when
and
I was
more.
working the other day.
Make it collaborative.
Can I?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's
I'll
a
figure
real
out a
thing.
way to
Call me
share it.
offline and we'll work on it.
If you,
Yeah, Seth knows how to do it.
I'll send it to Seth.
Okay.
I'll just send it to you.
watch like a bunch of the old like riding videos that might be edited up. A lot of that music's still like where we pick things from, you know,
Oh yeah.
branched off of that.
Yeah. I mean, he showed me Interpol. He showed me MGMT, Vampire. He showed me the Strokes. Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of, Bob, we still have to get 12
Casablancas. In
tattoos.
particular, Julian Casablancas he liked, because he liked the material after the Strokes as well.
Yeah.
I think the first time I ever talked to Mike was before I had moved back from, I think I was in Montana or North Dakota at the time, and Caleb was, he is the first person I ever met who liked Brian Eno. And I was like, you like Brian Eno? You're my little brother's friend, and you like Brian Eno?
Was it the music for Airplanes, or was it the one that he did with John Cale, John Cale of Velvet Underground? Do you happen to remember?
I don't remember what. I think we were just talking about Brian Eno in general.
Yeah, he's quite a producer. So.
Yeah. But I was blown away. Like, even before I ever met Mike, I knew that he was special when you're that age. And I mean, I was special. I was obviously very eclectic and very cultured myself. So I know, you know, this kid's got to be at least as cool as me. You know, this is like when I first met him face to face, it was like we've been all been friends, you know, our entire life. It was like instantly like a brother.
Yeah.
Everything's really good.
It's hard. He and I have, you know, all of you know me very well for the most part, and you know that he and I had similar journeys, similar struggles, and you know, there's lots of stories that we have together that I've, you know, only he and I know, you know, and it's probably gonna stay that way forever. But I don't know, he loved me and was so kind to me, and it was that way. There was no like journey to being that close with him. It was like that, like from the beginning. I thought from the first time I met him face to face and picked up on that he was just such a special person. I'd never known anybody that was just such instant like affection and closeness. And I think that he had that with a lot of people. He was such a genuinely, you know, for all of his struggles, he's such a genuinely loving and kind, compassionate, you know, person.
Infectious, I would say. Yeah, like his laugh and stuff, just totally infectious.
Yeah. I love that about Mike. It's your friendship with him was never in doubt. Like, I don't think he had any acquaintances. He was just friends with everyone.
And the dancing is true. Like if he started dancing, everyone would start dancing. That was just another
That's the move
quality.
right there.
Dance party everywhere.
Do the dance again.
Did he
That's
tell
it. It's the gun. It's the really. That's it.
Did he tend to DJ for these sorts of things? I was not present for most of this, so a lot of this stuff is new to me.
It wasn't I was about to dive into like when he was at college and like out of college at that rental house that Aaron Ivy and him built the like gymnasium. Somehow he convinced the landlord to let him build a gymnasium where they could do their pull-ups and stuff, and it was just always a party out there. They would just be out there working out, playing music. Friends would come by, stop by, hang out for a little bit, maybe work out, maybe just drink some beers or like hang out and dance and listen to music. And that it was just a party all the time. It wasn't like a specific event or anything. It was just always a dance party around Mike all the time.
That was another one. He would be out there behind the house at that house working out. And the landlord let us do that because we promised that we would get rid of it afterwards. And we did, but
You
we
did?
saw
It was like cemented in there.
Yeah, it was cemented in there.
Oh
We
yeah.
sawed it off like a foot above the grass. There's just a bunch of poles standing in the yard now. I drive by it every day on my way home still. But he would always be working out back there and stuff, and he would get on to me because I worked at Finnegan's at the bar, and I would get off at like 3 in the morning, and I would have all the bartenders over to the house, and we'd just have a bonfire back there and, just have some drinks and hanging out, after work stuff. And he and Aaron would they just were on different schedules, and they'd come out and just be like, "Are you kidding me right now? It's 5 in the morning.
We've been working out in the sun all day."
I'm about to get up and go to work. But yeah. I think there's one of those workout videos. They're all, working out or whatever. And then in the background, you can just see me and the bartenders just hanging out around a fire, just drinking beers. But I'm going to miss it. I mean, I'm going to miss him just trying to, get on to me and get me to get in shape. I mean, my God. I've gotten in such bad shape since Mike moved to Colorado and all that.
Damn, you haven't changed. You've been in the same shape.
That's probably true. No, that's not true, Bobby. It's gotten way worse.
In general, when he moved here to Maryland, he and I lived together in November, and he has in general been very regimented about his workouts. One time I needed to get a ride from the rental car place. It's about 10 minutes away. They weren't able to get me a ride home. He said, "No, because that will interfere with my gym schedule." He took it very seriously. And still was. There were a couple of lapses in these 8 or so months, but basically he was on the ball fitness-wise. So in gaining, that is another thing that I think was really remarkable about him, that he was very dedicated and regimented about his fitness life. And as far as I can tell, he was extraordinarily strong, like in a rare way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that he did 40-something pull-ups. This is elite level by any measure. I always envied him for that. But he had to work hard for it too. So anyway,
His nutrition
very
was
much
pretty
a part of his life till the end. So
the stuff he would eat was insane too. It was he knew exactly what he needed to hit his macros and just make the weirdest food. But yeah.
Yep.
I remember he would get mad because he would go work out, and then people would be like, "Do you use steroids?" And he'd be so pissed that they were like, "How dare you suggest that this was done by any other means than hard work and sweat?"
I was going to mention that as well. To the best of my knowledge, he never used any steroids. You know, at various points, he achieves a physique that is nearly impossible without steroids.
No, I knew where to get him, and he never was at any interest.
Yeah. No, I think he did dabble in some, you know, like some peptides and some very small stuff. That's nowhere near a proper steroid cycle. And also that's legal. So, so yeah, basically he was 99% natural. So very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm going on about it because he inspires me to work out. I've been trying to get back into it, and now that he's on my mind, he'll be sort of present with me in the gym, the way I look at it. So
I really want to. So back in like 2015, 2016, I was planning on hiking the John Muir Trail in California. It's like 211 miles. It starts in Yosemite and then it ends at Mount Whitney, which is like the tallest mountain in the lower 48. And he was like super stoked that I was wanting to do that, and he wanted to come with me, but he didn't like he was super regimented like in his daily things, but then also like really free, not getting like tied down to things was also how he seemed. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I wish that we would have like actually done that. And honestly, so I never did actually do that hike. And now I'm like, I've been thinking about it this week. It's like, I really want to do that hike now and like in his memory. And yeah, because we had talked
see if you can pull it off, you know?
Yeah, I need to do it. I will at some point. It's the work, man. Got 3 kids. I gotta. It's hard getting off work.
Well, I remember a time when we went out to, it's a natural thing for him. It's a way of life. Like we went out to Busick Park one time, which is a local area park, and our friend Meryl and Mike just start like going by the riverbed and picking up the largest rock they could find and start just like working out with this big random rock. And they're like, come on, join in. And I was like, no, thank you. But that was their thing. They were just like, anywhere, just work out anywhere, find anything you have. I was like, I'm just going to relax in the sun. But that was inspiring to see them go at it so diligently anywhere.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I think that part of that started with us climbing buildings because it was you needed like coordination because he was so into like stability and like body control kind of stuff. I think that started when we started climbing buildings and then manifested in him like doing the
Pipe ride.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're doing.
Did I turn your head back?
I've been waiting for the appropriate time to plug my family's Italian restaurant, Bambino's. This is it. That's where Mike and I met. And if you guys ever find yourself in Springfield, Missouri, and you want Italian food, I will hook you up. Just let me know.
I remember.
I'll back that up. That's 100%. That's a great
I got
Italian
you.
restaurant right there.
Yeah.
But that was the first time we met, and it's just an omnipresent theme for him. The first time like we actually realized like we were in each other's sphere of awareness was I was working in the bakery rolling out bread, and there's a little window you could see outside where all the people would go out to like hang out and smoke or just like take a break at work during their shifts. And Mike was out back there like doing a handstand and like wobbling around and showing off in front of other coworkers and stuff. And he just kind of like popped up and like glanced in the window, and I gave a very sarcastic golf clap. And that was like the first time he like got this big smirk on his face, like, yeah. And that was like it from there. It all started at Bambino's. You feel like baked ziti, I got you. Just let me know.
Love that.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the right moment. There was. Just snuck it in there. Someone else's turn, though. Someone else go. I know you guys got more stories.
Did anyone else have the experience of like you'd find a new band that you were super stoked about and you'd show Mike and he'd totally crap on it? Like,
yeah.
Mike was a hipster before.
Oh my
Before
they used
hipsters
that
were
word.
cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been listening to them for
so
6
annoying.
months.
It'd be like,
I'm over it.
it'd be like, bro, I listened to like 5 bands that you showed me. It's like, this is just one. Just like, come on. This is exactly like this other band that you like. And he's like, no, it just doesn't sound good. Oh man.
I've got some pictures off to find somewhere, but it was with at the Hannibal skate park, and Mike's like doing tuck no handers over, one of the hips, and he's got these like John Lennon like sunglasses on, like he's tight like red pants.
I know the picture.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably on my Facebook somewhere, but
Are they purple sunglasses?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like tight t-shirt, like reddish maroon pants, and like those like circular sunglasses. I mean, goofy as all get out, but like someone was saying earlier, like Mike was cool. Whatever he wore, like he just rocked it.
He had those white jeans that he wore like way too much.
Tony.
They had the red cords too.
The red corduroys, yeah.
I think that might have been the pic. I'm thinking of red corduroys.
I had some red corduroys.
You probably have them on right now, Chandler.
No, bro. I got my Hollister shorts on right now.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Last time I was in town, my mom gave me Hollister shorts, and I was like, where in the hell did you find these? But,
Yeah, with like the music thing, it was always so crazy because I was into metal and I was in a metal band, and like Mike was like not into metal. He was into either like he'd be listening to either like The Strokes or Vampire Weekend, and then he would go to like Bring Me the Horizon or like the like absolute like the heaviest like death metal. But then like we were like kind of more towards the middle of that, and he was like he wasn't about it. But even so, like he would come to like all of our shows. He would take pictures of us. He would come to our practices, and like even though like he didn't like, we knew that he didn't like the music or whatever. I don't know. I think that kind of just speaks to like how good of a friend he was. That like he didn't have to get enjoyment of the same thing. Like he enjoyed you like as a friend. Like he cared about you and that it was important to you. And like I love, like I miss that. I miss playing shows. I miss having him take our pictures and then go crazy in the mosh pit. And anyway, I love that. I do love that aspect of how he was. He didn't have to enjoy it personally in order to get enjoyment from like, it being important to you or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly how he was, man. I mean, we'd spend like 10 hours filming one 10-second clip, and it, he just wanted to see it done, And shoot, we probably spent more time together filming than hanging out ever,
Yep.
Oh man.
Great.
Bobby, does he still have workout equipment over on that building that you own? Okay.
It's all upstairs still, so.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking today I want to go up there and work out again. Just the last time I was up there was with him. When a couple of times back when he was in town, probably a couple of years ago.
So that's been up there for a couple of years now, and I haven't even considered picking a weight up.
It was pretty heavy,
But they're really heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all there. So if you ever wanted or come get it.
I'm just thinking whoever may have a use for it. I think that stuff, a lot of it was originally mine, like barbells and the squat rack. But yeah, anyone who has a use for it can use it or claim it or leave it there or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like Excalibur now. Whoever can lift it can take
Yeah.
it.
Love that.
You got to put all the weights on the bar. Like everything he has, you got to carry it out.
It's the only way. You're going to take it out of there.
I can't believe you guys carried it up the stairs. You know there was an elevator, right?
He worked with me for a little bit when I was working at Big Muddy, and I remember the first time I told him that he could have like free food, like he could have a free meal, and he's like, I could have free meat. And he would just constantly be like testing, doing quality control on meat all the time.
This is a barbecue joint? Is that correct? Yeah, I remember, yeah.
The meat wasn't the best.
He was just like, it's meat. And we were working out together a lot then, and whenever he'd refer to working, I just need to pick heavy stuff up, put it down. And then afterwards he's like, I just need meat.
By the way, for those of you who didn't know, he worked at Amazon warehouse. And so he got to pick heavy things up.
What he loved.
Overall, he enjoyed it, yeah. And he was, I believe that he was about to become a team lead. That's my understanding if that's the case. But yeah, he did like to, very productive, loved to swing things around.
Yeah, he would just replace a forklift, basically.
He got in trouble at my work because when he first moved here, I worked for a printing company still, and he was hanging out in the warehouse helping out, and he decided that it was necessary for him to climb up 3 levels of the racks in order to remove or place some boxes there. Obviously, forklift material, not even a ladder. Management walked by. He said, "You're Steve's brother, right?" He said, "Yeah." "I'm not supposed to be up here, am I?" All right.
So I think I found the corduroy pants picture here.
Yeah.
Oh, just that photo he shot. Oh.
Where's it shown?
Screen sharing, what?
Oh man.
Is that those are the red corduroy pants?
Hold up. Can't see it yet.
Yeah, give it a sec.
I feel like I just added like 60 years to my. I can't see it. It's not working.
Sorry.
Those were red girl pants too. They were not boys' pants. They were girl pants. They were girls.
Alright, hold on. So this. Whoa. Is it going?
Hello.
Mike, is that you? Sorry.
Hold on.
Like you traveled in time to share this photo with us.
Well, we can share photos. Let me see if I got a picture of the building.
Oh
Where did they
man.
go? Are they just trying to keep it?
I'm not sure.
If you hit the arrow on the right, you can see other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't even zoom. I just know.
Sorry, guys.
Those are great pants.
Where's the picture?
I was gonna say I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, I was trying. I couldn't figure it out for some reason. I was trying. It wouldn't come through. I'm not sure what I did wrong, but.
I think that we can all picture the pants.
I was gonna say I get them pretty much.
You know them quite well.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I don't remember him being that gay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that. Well, he really was cool.
Yeah.
Steven, are those your sunglasses?
He knew he was getting his picture.
No, those are the round ones. I think were always his.
That's Mike.
Okay. Well, you asked earlier, and I thought, well, are those your sunglasses? You never got them back?
No.
That's a good photo.
That is awesome. I like that one.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Man, I used to work at that skate park, and when I think of Mike, I always think of the time that I actually kicked him and Bob out because they hadn't paid. And I regret it now, but you guys really should have paid. It was like $3. Come on.
Did you know
We
that?
were like 16. We didn't have $3.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And I always do regret that I kicked them out over $3. But
Paula would have never done that.
I definitely would have done it.
I was a rule follower. Okay, I followed and enforced the rules more than I should have, perhaps.
Steven, you said you didn't know he was that gay. Where's the camera here? Maybe. Wait.
It's too bright.
Glare.
How do you unglare?
I mean, I gotta bring
Turn down your brightness.
I can get the gist of it.
Wait.
No, it's not gonna work.
Wait.
Turn down the brightness.
I did.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's Caleb, by the way.
I ain't mad about it.
I took the photo.
I ain't mad about it.
That's Caleb.
Never been ashamed.
Caleb, you remember how handsome you were?
What? Well, no. What happened? Man. Well, next to you, everybody looks handsome. So.
Here's another one. We were all real into like blue steel.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
What is blue steel?
It's a Zoolander.
I think it helps when you hold it even closer. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold it closer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I did Zoom yesterday.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
He actually looks like David Bowie in that.
Baby.
Anyway,
Who's that? Who's he with?
that's Roger
What?
Niffen.
Remember Roger?
Was Roger the one that we boxed?
Albert was his cousin, and he punched me right in the face.
I just remember boxing
Knocked me out.
in the basement. But then I think I hit somebody pretty hard that night too.
Oh, I wasn't.
That sounds about right.
I remember the boxing phase. I never boxed though. I never boxed. I didn't like playing rough. I liked to.
Well, I mean, everybody had like a foot on you, so I don't blame you.
That's true.
In height?
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't go box with people. Man. Oh, God.
Was going on your all's garage roof, was that a thing? Am I remembering that right?
Yes.
Okay. I thought that was at his. Yeah.
I think we were up there one night and Jacob James took a $100 bill out of his pocket and lit it on fire and got really pissed off about it. He's like, "What are you doing?" He said, "It's just money. It doesn't mean anything." We're like, we could go buy so much stuff right now.
You can skate park a few times over.
You only need 51% of it.
Or anything.
What was with climbing on stuff? We even climbed on top of an advertisement billboard one time that was like overlooking a highway. Like, Chandler,
Oh,
do you remember
the Miller Light board.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
that quarry out there.
Yeah.
That's sneaky. There's a cool photo of that somewhere too.
There definitely is. Eric Barn. No, Eric was in it.
Did you guys go out to that quarry very often? I remember going there probably in 2010.
Was it in Perry?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maddie almost died there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, different quarries. These are
Oh
multiple
man,
quarries.
dude, I was pissed at Mike that day. Oh my gosh.
You talking about how high he was jumping?
Well, I'm looking. I have the video on my phone. I downloaded it
Yeah.
from like an old phone. I'm trying to find it.
It was
Yeah,
an
I still
extraordinary.
have some of those pictures
Who?
somewhere.
Patty.
No, no one.
I
had
just
a
went to climb like everybody else could, and I almost killed myself.
Oh, it was
It's fine,
so
it's
bad.
cool.
It was like the worst possible place you could climb up. And Mike is like, Mike's like super strong and all that, but it's like, bro, like Maddie, like
Dude,
she's following you.
We
dude.
should go. We should go there soon.
Yeah, we could.
I forgot all
Mike
about
was really nice about it though. I remember because I was really scratched up. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
was like my whole hands back were just like a cheese grater.
You remember how? Yeah, that's exactly because
Where's Chandler's neck?
you like I went up and was like underneath you, and then you were like stepping on my hands like to get.
Yeah, 'cause I like had to scoot over to some vegetation and just like fainted for a quick sec and then like came back to life. But Mike was really nice about it. He came to my house later that day just to check up on me and make sure I was okay.
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
I just remember that, if I remember correct, like Stephen, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were brought along and you did not have a swimsuit, and so you were swimming in some rather standard white underwear.
I believe that the phrase is tidy whities.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was the one who the owner got angry that we somehow managed to miss all those no trespassing signs on our way through as we opened the gate. So he found me, and I was hardly in a position to like respectfully argue with him. I think I ran off and deferred to someone else to argue with the owner. We shortly after cleared out.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Do you guys remember being able to see tractors or like equipment down at the bottom? Like the water was so clear.
Yeah.
Did you
Really?
feel like the equipment? Or did you ever see that?
That was probably really dangerous to jump into.
Yeah,
And so-
it was.
Multiple people have, I think, died out there.
Yeah.
Because they get landed, somebody lands on them.
Most any time that you're gonna jump off of something into a large body of water, I mean, it's not safe.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
safe.
I mean, I'm thinking, what was the highest? Something on the order of, over 100 feet.
I think it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, the highest point to jump, it was quite high.
Yeah.
I didn't jump that, but
I jumped from like I jumped it. I'm trying to find the video.
oh, I love
I
it.
know Caleb jumped it because it took him like 6 seconds to get to the bottom. I remember the video.
Well, and it's funny because Mike is up there with me, and you can just barely see him because it was on an old phone.
Did you say 6 seconds?
It wasn't that
I don't know. It might have been less than that. I might be exaggerating. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's at least 700 feet in the air.
Yeah,
It was wild.
I'm craving that feeling of falling right now.
He looks like one of the guys
I'm
that
on this
we
bar, and I'm not stopping stuff.
No.
Chandler, what's that? KOB?
What?
Was that KOB in your hand?
I don't know what that means.
Like taking beers?
Drinking beers.
What?
What are you drinking?
That's a Bush Light over there.
Bush Light?
Oh, yeah, I don't believe you. Okay, well, sorry.
This is a LaCroix.
Yeah.
This is the king of sparkling waters.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Gosh.
Found it.
Do a screen share.
I can't.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, it's working.
Pan up, pan up.
That looks like a shattered phone.
Oh my
Oh yeah.
At least 6 seconds.
Yeah, but
The
Mike,
video was 6 seconds for sure.
I'm doing- Mike is up there. What am I doing? Oh my
You're
God.
blowing it.
I know.
Pause.
Yeah, Mike is up there next to me.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Press play. No.
Oh yes. Man, we should go there this weekend.
Take the kids.
Yeah.
I think it was.
It's about, I can do two seconds.
Where is that?
Isn't it though? It's private property though, isn't it? Because didn't the cops show up last time we were there?
We were.
Or, like,
You were the last time I was there. A plane flew over really low, and it's like, and I think that they were letting people know, but I don't know.
The land is not used for anything now, is it? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't for it. It's been 10, 12 years since I've been out there, but you can totally get there from Mark Twain Lake. So it is like it's actually like right next to Mark Twain Lake. And so if you go down this like one slough and then like walk like maybe a quarter mile or something, you're actually in that quarry. And so I always wanted to like take a canoe or a boat and like go out on Mark Twain Lake and then just get in there from the lake side of things. So you could totally do that.
Nice.
I remember the road.
Yeah.
To get there.
I have a vine swing.
Do what?
I said I have a vine swing in my backyard if you want to do some damage.
Yeah.
Fun actually.
That'd be really fun.
Well, I don't have. I mean, I don't have much else other than to say like I'm gonna miss him. Like it's been one of the hardest weeks of my life.
Yeah.
It was the last thing in the world that I was not expecting it whenever I got the news, and I've been processing it in waves, and I think I've still got a lot ahead of me, but I loved him. He was a real friend. Like he was a brother, and I'm gonna miss him. So
Caleb, I really appreciate you like kind of taking the lead on this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's great. I mean, I'm so glad you put together that group and this deal, and
We very much appreciate it. Yeah.
I'm
think
really happy that I'm really happy that it's like doing what it was supposed to do. Like I'm happy that I'm happy that I've been able to see you guys and that like it's not, we're gonna keep that page up, and we can go back there and be reminded of how how awesome Mike was, and how not just how he was to us personally in our own memories, but like get to share in the memories that other people had of him as well. And so yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I just want to add, Caleb, it's been really great. It's been a really, really hard week. And it's been really fun to help my mom get on Facebook and look at everything. We've been on that page so much. And then sometimes I have to put it down because it's really hard. But I really, really appreciate you coordinating that and this. And I'm really thankful for everybody coming and sharing today. It really means a lot. So that's all.
Yeah.
He meant a lot to all of us. I think that's what that says, is that he meant a lot to all of us. And he's worth it all.
It felt really awkward initially because I didn't want to insert myself because I haven't seen Mike in a long time and things didn't work out at the end. But when I got the news this week, it was pretty devastating because he still impacted me and changed my life and influenced me ultimately for the better, despite whatever events occurred between us. And I really appreciate having this group available to come to. It's been really nice to have some people that understand as well. And I appreciate your family and speaking with you guys. And I just want to send you all the love I can, because I loved Mike and all of us did. He was just so, he just burned his candle on both ends. He was just, it was just really, just so intense. It's just, he impacted a lot of people, definitely.
Yeah, kind of on that note, like, I know I was probably, like, personally, me and Mike, less close than a lot of the other people who are here right now, but, like, I think back to growing up, and it's like a lot of things that happened, Mike was just, like, there, and, you know, just kind of this presence that he was, and, like, how he managed to impact me without, like, you know, me and Mike weren't best friends ever, but just, like, man, what a guy. You know, I really haven't ever met anybody like Mike. And yeah, and you know, I was never the closest with him, but damn, like, I miss him, you know, and I'm gonna miss him, and I do miss him, and yeah. So I don't know, just want to say, like, he somehow managed to make, like, way more impact than I expected on my own life. You know, even from, you know, compared to a lot of the other people here, a relative distance, you know. So
That's one of the things that I was trying, like, I was kind of scared with what would happen with, you know, like, him having so many friends in so many different places, and like, I really, like, Madeline, that was one of the reasons I was really glad that you joined this, because it's like, you are an example of how Mike was not bound by, like, geography and the people that he touched. Like, he touched people. He touched people's lives in Colorado, in Maryland, in Springfield, in St. Charles.
Traveled across the country on a bike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in California. And so, like, I would, like, that was one thing I because, like, nobody, like, he wouldn't make anybody feel like less important, or like they were inferior or anything like that. Like, they did, like, you know, because they didn't spend as much time or whatever. And, like, I wanted that to, you know, I wanted everybody to feel like Mike made them feel, you know. But, you know, we can't do that. I was only Mike. Only Mike could do that. But I'm so glad that, like, people that are, like, Tony's in Ohio right now, and Mary and Steven are in Maryland, and you're in Springfield, and Maddie's in Australia, and, like,
G'day.
and Grace and Elliot are in Colorado, and so I just, yeah, it's awesome that he touched so many people.
I'm just glad I got to know Mike.
Oh, I didn't hear that, Donald.
I'm glad I got to know Mike.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't close like you guys were.
Mm.
But it was just, he made me laugh when he was there. So
yeah,
he had that passion.
Well, thank you for bringing up all these old anecdotes and for expressing some of the, what sound like some of the better and at least funnier times that all of you had with Michael. Thank you for expressing how much he impacted your lives and the love that went both ways between all of you. If anyone else has anything that they'd like to add. Otherwise, I'm thinking probably a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, anyone else? Yeah.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, it's thank you again. I feel like yeah, being with people who knew Mike and who loved him. It's just he was so incredible, and I just cherish my friendship with him so much. Like he really changed, I think, how I saw how you could love people in a different way. Like he was such a good guy. Such a good guy.
Well, I love you all. I'm so thankful that we've been able to reconnect, even under these circumstances. But it's like even after his life, Mike is still bringing people together. And
We're all bonded through Mike now. Yeah, we all shared that strong bond, whether it was momentary or long term. Like we're all connected because we loved Mike. So
yeah.
it was nice to spend time with you guys.
Yeah.
Same.
Hey, Remis, I'm still gonna come by on like Christmas and stuff, so like I don't care. I'm still gonna do that.
I think my mom can hear her in the background there. She's just not visible. So
Yeah.
And we try to make it back to Hannibal for Christmas.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is like, man, I would love to see any of you, next time you're in town.
Absolutely.
The offer for Bambino stands anytime. Lifelong offer.
Madeline, we need to hang out. I haven't hung out with you since you guys broke up or whatever.
I'd love to. It doesn't mean that we can't be friends anymore. Doesn't
Right.
I'm down. It's a deal. Gonna come find you now. You better be ready.
Tinga tacos.
Oh yeah. I love that place.
Also, I think I'm like 6 or 8 hours from Baltimore or something. Like not that far. So if y'all are ready.
Well, Standing Taco Tuesday at Tinga Tacos. If y'all want to come on down.
All right. I'm out of here, guys. It was good to see everybody.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Jim. Love you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for saying this
Love you
up.
all.
All right. I think if nobody else has anything to say, we can just wrap it up. So,
Yeah. Thanks again, Caleb.
Yes, thank you, Caleb.
God bless you guys.
Suggestion.
Love you all.
Thank you all. Love you
God
all.
bless.
Mike was the hero.
See ya.